This lesson we are going to learn about Google Sheets. So for Google Sheets, you can go to sheets.google.com. So in sheets.google.com, you will see this layout. You can start a new blank spreadsheet by clicking on this button, or you can actually access the template gallery. So you can use the templates to edit a template to your needs. So later we will take a look at that. Then here is all the sheets that I have opened recently. So it is sorted by day, and you can sort it by ownership. Okay, so if we look at the template gallery, there is general. So general categories for other general needs. So you can actually take the template and then edit it to your for your needs. Then we can also create our own template. Okay, so this is for sheets.google.com. So all of them you need to organize it in the Google Drive. So in order to start a Google Sheet, you can either click on this button, or you can actually type in sheets.new. Okay, for Google, you can either for Google Sheets, you can type in sheets.new, then you create new sheets. If you want a new Google form, you can just type in sheets.form, and no, forms.new. If you are creating a new form, forms.new. So if I want to, I can type forms.new, it will give me a new form. Or if I want a new Google meet.new, it will create a new Google Meet. So some things allows you to use the .new. Okay, so take note of the keys that are key in at the bottom. So if I choose Command A, you can see at the bottom there will be these the symbols. Okay, so whatever keystrokes that are key in, it will actually appear at the bottom right. Okay, so sheets.new. So we created a new sheet, and I'm going to call this Connect 4. We are going to use Connect 4 for our first lesson on Google Sheets. So Connect 4. So you save the file, and if you want to organize it, you should click on Move. Okay, by default it's at the root of your Google Drive, which is My Drive. So you go back one step, it is just showing all the other options, My Drive, Shared Drives, and whatever. So My Drive, you should try and organize your sheets, okay, into the folders. So you can just choose whichever folder or create a new folder and then move here. Okay, so I'm not going to do so. I'm just going to close this. Okay, so we are going to do some orientation on the UI. So A, B, C, D, all these are called A to G. All these are called columns, and all the numbers are called rows. They are called rows, and identifying the cells. Okay, when you click on one cell, how to identify the cell is based on the alphabet and the number. So this cell, the name of this cell is C6. Okay, so that is how we can identify and also call out the cells. Okay, next, for Connect 4. Connect 4 game has Connect 4 has 7 columns and 6 rows. Okay, that is how it looks like. It's blue in color. Okay, standard is blue in color, and the players are red and yellow. So we are going to use the color scheme. We are going to configure it to have 7 columns and 6 rows. So 7 columns, 6 rows, we count 7 columns. So 7 column, the rest of columns will not need. So select column H. This is not selecting column H, this is selecting cell H1. So when I say select column H, you should click on H. You should see that it is the H is darkened. So Command Shift, take note, look at my bottom right. Command Shift right arrow. When you press Command Shift right arrow, there you can see that it selects H to Z. Right click, delete column H to Z. There, now we have 7 columns. Now to have our 6 rows, we hold select row 7, Command Shift down arrow, and we delete row 7 to 1000. Done. Next, so we now have 7 columns, 6 rows. We are going to adjust their width and height. So for this column, just need to hold shift and click on the G. Okay, so A to G, or you can basically do the same thing. A, Command Shift arrow, okay, right arrow, and you can resize column A to G, resize it to 90, okay, and row 1 to 6, resize it to 90. Okay, done. So we have the structure. Choose any one of the cells, Command A, select all the cells, change the fill color. I'm going to fill it all with blue. Next, so we will draw borders. So borders, we will choose the color of the border. I'm going to choose gray. Okay, I'm going to choose gray, and so this is for the colors, and this for the style, thickness of the border. So I'm going to choose the thickest, and I'm going to use vertical borders. So I click on vertical borders. We have drawn all the borders needed. Next, so all this is done already. We will continue on in order to denote whether you player 1, player 2, the colors that we choose is important. So when, if let's say player 1 is red color, when we put 1, it should change the color. So Connect 4, in Connect 4, when we play this game, it has gravity, so we should start at the bottom, so we can actually put 1. There's no color for now, so what we want to do is we want to color it such that it will represent your colors. So I'm going to choose all of these and fill. I'm going to change the conditional formatting. So conditional formatting will say that so we choose all these A1 to G6, all these cells. So if it's player 1, it will color it. Okay, so we are going to say text is exactly 1. Then we will have color for text red, and fill color red. So I don't need to see the text, I just need to see the color. So red color will be 1, player 1. So click done. Then create another rule. Text is exactly 2. Then yellow. Done. So when we play this game, when I put 1, it'll be red. 2, it'll be yellow. When I select all and delete, okay, it clears away all these all the cells. Okay, so now this is completed. The next thing I want to do is click on share. So now it's private to me, I cannot play with others. So if I want to play with anybody, I can just add them as editor. So let's say I add Relius Yo as editor, okay, and just send this to him, and then he will be able to join the game, and we can play a game together. Then for, let's say you want people to only view it as a spectator, then you can change the sharing settings to maybe anyone with the link, or anyone that is in the school as a viewer. You just copy the link and you can share it, and people will be able to see it. Okay, done. So that is how we can create our Connect 4 using Google Sheets. This is my uh, more advanced Connect 4. So by right Connect 4, there's a need for gravity. If you look at this Connect 4, when you drop the thing in, you actually should drop all the way to the bottom, and so basically you need to connect horizontal, vertical, or diagonal 4 of these. Then for this, when I put in one, let's denote player one, it will actually color it and it will automatically drop it for like gravity. So next, two. Okay, so it drops properly, all this. Next, I put one again, and you will be able to actually detect whether there is something at the bottom. If there's something at the bottom, then you will not drop to the bottom. So it will drop until the right position. So if I say 2 again, okay, so all this works. And if I press on the reset button here, so I click on reset, it will actually clear it all. So how is all this done is that all the Google apps actually has this script editor. So if you go to the script editor, you can actually program it. So I call that gravity. So how gravity works is that the function gravity, it basically gets a spreadsheet. Then we search for the whether there is any item, okay, that is filled, any cell that has a number in it, column by row. So for every column, I will search for column A, you will search all the way down, then you will search B all the way down, C all the way down. So you will search C and then search row. Okay, so you search one by one. If there is a cell that has a value that is not empty, so it must be 1 or 2, then you will check whether the one that is below, the row plus 1, is empty. If it's empty, then we can copy it to the cell below and delete away whatever is on the cell. So this is how we actually create the how I created the gravity. Okay, so when I put in 1, okay, it will check. So it's D1, you will check D2 whether is it empty. If D2 is empty, it will copy what is on D1 to D2 and delete what is on D1. Okay, so that is what was happening. Okay, so that is for the gravity. Then for reset, just tell it for every single row, you just clear out all the values by now deleting all of them. Okay, so that is for my more advanced version of Connect 4. Thank you.